Hello everyone, and welcome to an extra episode of... I forgot what I'm calling this Tinder series, and today I'm joined by special guests who may introduce themselves.
I'd rather do a clap test.
It's Vibe from Vibin Arts and other things, and cosplays.
And cosplays.
Yes. And we just got done recording the video for the, or rather the audio for the video
There was
about...
no video footage involved.
For the video about the opening lines on Tinder, and we decided with Vibe's idea that we could do a little video about our general experiences on Tinder, because I haven't done a video like that necessarily either, and Tinder is goofy.
It is indeed goofy.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Tinder as an app?
Games. Unlimited games. That's my rating out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, you currently use Tinder a bit differently than most people use Tinder, I
I
think.
don't use Tinder at all anymore.
Well, you opening it up and looking at funny messages is using it.
Okay,
In a way.
no, I got back into Tinder only because I needed like the pickup line thing. I just swiped right for everyone, and then got like one out of 3 would be like a match at the very least, and then the rest would follow like a bit later.
So the likes thing at the bottom shows 99 plus for you, right?
I can check. Honestly, usually my likes get to 99 plus around the same day when I make the account. Oh yeah, newsflash, I have had 10 Tinder accounts.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what you're supposed to do, because the algorithm boosts you when you make a new profile, and then it forgets about you because it wants your money. Unless you give Tinder your money, you're not gonna get that much out of it.
Okay, no, you actually want to know the reason why I haven't had 10 accounts ever.
Go on.
So full disclosure, if you're underage, do not go on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
From personal experience, I made my first Tinder account when I was...
Sorry.
Great, I made my first Tinder account when I was 15. So, yeah. So, for some reason, people on Tinder, thank you, started just, like, reporting me, even though I had not said my age. To anyone. It showed, like, 18. No, it was, like, after conversations with, like, multitude of people.
Mm.
Like, just randomly, like, I would have the account for, like, a month or 2, and then it was just, like, actually, no, you're banned now. And it escalated to the point where, like, I would post on Instagram, like, stories of, like, hey guys, like, if anyone has, like, a free phone number that I could use for, like,
oh my God.
signing up into Tinder. And so I just constantly did that. And there was one time when I got banned that there was, like, a valid-ish reason.
Mm-hmm.
I was matched with Taehyung from BTS. Definitely the real one. Definitely the real
yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
And we started talking.
Mm-hmm. And
it was like, the conversation was going great. It was like really fucking hilarious. I wish I had the screenshots for it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I told them like, oh yeah, by the way, like I'm not the age that like it shows in my bio.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, how old are you? And you know, with like the BTS community, like the armies and everything, there for a while was like a running joke that a shit ton of like 12-year-olds were just writing fan fictions on Wattpad. So
you said you were 12.
I said I'm 12. But then the next message following that, I was like, JK, I'm actually 7. I think I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
But like right as I sent that message, it's like, you've been banned. And I proceeded to post in my Instagram story of like, I matched with Taehyung from BTS. I knew it was a joke. I matched with Taehyung from BTS. Please, if anyone knows who this person is, please like message me. I never found this person.
Wow. That's
it was so upset. It was so hilarious, but then like they were just like, actually no, you're 12. You can't be on the set. I was 17.
Yeah, I think there is like That's one thing to consider. There's a concerning amount of very like teenagers on Tinder,
yeah.
which is like another reason if you're using the app, you might want to take that slider off the 18, because the 18s are a lot of under 18s. Because I was using the app when I was 16. I like not very seriously. Like me and my friends in high school, we just like went, oh, how many like likes can we get? How many matches we can get? And like goofy messages. From those interactions, I got a pickup line that I used a lot on Tinder that my best friend made. She wrote to one random girl, "Hey, do you like bread?" And the bread line has been with me ever since.
Are you sure that's not what you texted me?
No, I mentioned that I do the bread line, but I didn't text you the bread line. No, I remember that. But it has worked no times, except for the one time that she used it on my profile when I was 16. It kind of went to a conversation, and then my friend Dennis was like, continued the conversation with bread innuendos, and ended it on like, so when are we gonna try some bread together? And then it was ghosted.
I don't know. All I have to do is just sit there and look pretty, and then people just text me.
So that's fucking goddamn. That is actually. I mean, that is accurate. There is like an expectation for if you are a man, a cis man, you're expected to be the one who messages first on Tinder, and it's like you don't really lose anything out on anything by messaging at the same time, because you kinda, I mean, otherwise the person's just gonna kinda sit there in your light matches and just do nothing, so it's like...
I just message people that look like incels.
Okay, elaborate.
Elaborate, okay. So there's like, you know those people that like take their phone, and when they take a selfie for like any social media, anything, they don't even like lift it up properly, like do like a pose or something, they just picture, right? Or like a really weird one by the mirror where it's like like the zip around the pants is like still open, like that type of person, right? So if you message them and start kind of flirting, how many games do I have on Steam?
So right, you're just kind of a demon.
I am, honestly, because full disclosure, I do this only to people who are clearly like extremely toxic and like take advantage of like younger girls on the website. If you're nice, then I'm not gonna do this. But if you're clearly like someone who's giving off like a lot of red flags, then I will like go off and go like, oh, but like I don't have any video games to play with you, you know? I got Terraria. I can tell you how many hours I have on Terraria. It's not a lot. But I have Terraria.
I can't help but like point out, you know how it's like, how incels are like the result of like male loneliness, and they're just like really fucked up and like bottling things up and just like boiling over. I don't know if you're helping the world, society at large, but you're not trying to help. I'm
not trying to help. I'm trying to get my own benefit. Listen, most of my money goes into cosplay. I have to like, you know, get entertainment somehow. No, but okay, like some of these people, you're probably gonna have to bleep this out, definitely. But some of these people are like clearly trying to younger people on Tinder. Yeah, I have had experience with that as well, like where I have accidentally fallen into that trap. Nothing has happened, but I did get like 3 games out of it, so it's like a fair trade. Like they get like 3 games out of that one person, so it's fine. It's completely fine.
Fair. Yeah, I mean it adds up considering that I think that especially in countries like Latvia, where the age of consent is 16.
Well,
I think what I'm thinking of is when we were using this app when we were teenagers, when my classmates, we were download the app and it's like, oh, you have to be 18 plus to use this app. We ourselves were being like, Well, in Latvia, that basically should say 16, right? I mean,
No.
it's okay if we're 16 and using the app. And I think there's a lot of people, a lot of kids out there that use that reasoning if they're living in a country like this.
I might be wrong, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole 16 thing, you're allowed to give consent, like, on like multitude of things, and also you get punished for certain crimes. You, like, at age 16, you start, like, certain crimes are taken more seriously if you do them. But you're allowed to date a person who is over 18 only if there's like a certain, I think it was like a 4 or 5 year age gap. Anything above that can be considered as like no, because at 18 you're like, oh, you're a legal adult, therefore the age gaps don't really matter anymore.
I'd have to look that up.
Probably, but as far
because-
as I know, like, that's how it goes, because at 16, technically, you're still underage. You can
Yeah.
give consent, but you're still underage.
I think, here's the thing, I think that would be more or less how it should be. I don't know if that is how it is. Because I think there's, for example, I know, I've known people who have been, like, when I was in high school, like 16, 17, dating someone in their, like, 20s, like 23, 24. And, like, adults being aware of it, and adults being, like, basically saying, this is gross, but it sucks that it's, like, technically illegal what they're doing. Like, I would have to look this up, but at the very least, the knowledge that the people have around that age of consent thing is that it's 16 in Latvia.
More partially with my experience on Tinder, I think there were quite a few people who, like, finding out that, like, I was 16, they would be like, actually, no, I don't want to talk to you. So they
Good.
were just like...
I mean, good.
Yeah, it kind of disappointed me sometimes, and I would just go like, oh, but, like, I'm technically allowed to give consent, so it's fine.
Like,
Because I was okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull this myself. I was an incel, definitely, as like a 16-year-old. Definitely an incel, and I would get like quite disappointed over like people not wanting to talk to me only because of my age. I feel so mature. I wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it led into like a lot of conversations about like, oh, but like I'm 19, you're 16, blah blah blah. And then my ex-boyfriend that like I met on Tinder with the pickup line.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 3 years older than me. And he is my red flag of like why you shouldn't be on Tinder like at age 16, 17.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because people will take advantage. There's a reason why a bunch of 40-year-old men are interested in like 18-year-old girls.
Yeah. I mean, it is also like a thing I noticed when I enabled men as well on Tinder. You do, as a guy, if you enable men, you also start getting a lot of likes in. But you mostly get a lot of likes in if your like age like little bar goes over 30 and up. That's when you start getting a lot of likes in. When you're
It's not all
18,
men.
it's just.
It's not. I still prefer the bear. Oh my god, I got a Tinder message. Hold on.
Shit.
Hold
Getting one
on.
live. Is it goofy? Is it silly?
Hey, decent person, how are you doing? What's your plans for upcoming weekends or tonight? Sleep, hopefully.
Yeah, that's real. That's. I feel like it would have been a decent opening without the or tonight. I feel like that's.
Yeah.
Cause like again,
I'm just
it's sort of not picking a lane between being like very direct of like, oh, do you want to go out tonight? Or, hey, do you have any plans in the near future? Like, you kind of have to pick one, because otherwise you're gonna scare off people who are like don't want to go out tonight, who are not that spontaneous, who are not that interested in being that forward.
Right.
But I also feel like you're not going to attract people who want to be that forward, because the first part of your message is like, ooh, do you have any weekend plans, ooh?
But do you have any weekend plans?
Yeah, like it doesn't have quite quite the right vibes for either.
I was gonna bring up that one guy that like was the reason why I kind of wanted to have this.
Is it the guy who just kept going?
Exactly. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find him.
I think when I make that video, I do want to make the point that's like, you know, if you message someone, right? You message someone once and they don't respond, you don't technically lose out on anything by messaging them again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
The app can glitch from
the
time
app
to
can
time.
glitch,
Yeah.
or the person might just be bombarded with messages, so they just miss your message. But it, like, you don't miss out on anything, because what is the difference between getting ignored or getting ignored anyway? Like, that is the worst case scenario, nothing changes. If you keep going for more than those couple of messages, though, that's a problem.
Are you shading yourself because you texted me for a year?
That wasn't on
warning?
Tinder. That was
That
to be
not-
clarify.
You're texting for a year every day, good morning, and I was just completely ignoring you. How long
Not
do we know
always.
each other?
Not
I'd
always.
like once a month I would respond, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, I also just stopped messaging you good morning for a while.
It was like a week.
No, it was longer than that I didn't message you. And then I started again at the start of a summer at one point. And then we were like actually started talking eventually because we met at a
Whoa.
con afterwards. But I didn't message you every single day on Tinder because
No,
I
on Tinder,
understand.
no, but like
On
when you
Tin-
got my phone number just so we could meet up after the meetup, I was ignoring you. I was ghosting you. And you just went, morning. Morning. Good
Yeah.
morning.
But you know what?
Morning.
Eventually, we did start talking. And I didn't even have to buy you a game. I did it by choice.
You bought me a bubble tea in order for me to start talking with you again. Honestly, no, the biggest
No.
selling point for me, yeah.
I bought you drinks at Unicorn Cafe.
No, before that. Because we started talking again at
Oh,
during
right, I
Unicorn.
bought you the world's shittiest bubble tea at a convention because I didn't know what the fuck, how bubble
I
teas
remember
work.
you would leave for like a couple of minutes to like look around, and I would turn to our friend Knox, and I was like, this is so fucking awkward. I want him to leave.
Well, sucks to be you, I never left.
Yeah, we ended up analyzing books together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and fan fictions.
and fan fictions.
Mhm.
Not bad ones, though. Not bad ones. Definitely not. Well, but the beginning one was nice.
Yeah, that one was nice.
Obviously.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then there was the rest.
Don't talk about the rest. It was for my own fan fiction, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still up.
Do you want to plug it? Plug your fan
No,
fiction?
I'm not that proud of it anymore. I feel like
Oh,
I could have done things
shit.
better
Shit.
with it.
Well,
I feel like the story could have flowed better if I had like tweaked some things or like had more passion put into like certain
Mhm.
scenes.
mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
it exists. It's
Alright.
it's like in my link trees and stuff. Not like fully ashamed of it. Hello.
Fair enough.
I did find the messages though.
Alright. Right, back to Tinder. I mean,
Back to
you
Tinder.
did say that this could, we should start a podcast. I guess this qualifies as one now.
This
by the way.
qualifies, yeah. Like anything longer than 15 minutes qualifies as a podcast, so we're good.
Real.
So this dude, honestly, full disclosure before like I read any of this, and I'm not gonna read out all of it, just like
Yeah.
the main parts. I am not Christian or like any of those spices with the Bible, and I think. Okay, I'm not gonna include Torah in this because that's a completely different thing. But I do not believe in God. However, I am a pagan.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of important for this, sort of. And this dude like started a conversation pretty fine, where he just went, "Hi, how's everything going?" vibe. But like I was going through the like moving process and finances and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
so I was in the best mental space. So my response like after a day I think was some issues here and there, but overall fine. And Would you look at that? He starts up with like, what's your actual name, by the way?
Of course.
Of course he does. So I respond with, it's that. I don't like my legal name.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't use my legal name. Everyone knows this. I have never introduced myself by my legal name. I say my legal name only to my parents. That's it. I'm fine with that much. But here's where it gets kind of screwed over, because the conversation continues with, okay, if you don't mind, but let me tell you, loving your name means loving yourself. So try loving yourself as well. You can give it a shot. You want to guess what I responded with?
No, I would just respond quite rudely and tell him to go love himself. But what did you say?
I said, do you love Jesus? Because he was giving that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I love the Almighty.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I say, I see. Obviously, I saw it a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
He says, also I love my mom, dad, I love nature. I can say in a way that I believe in Jesus Christ, because he was a message of God. So I believe in him because I believe in God. What's your point on this? So I responded with, oh, nothing, don't mind me.
I'm just trying to figure out from what he just said what denomination he is. Lutheran? Something like that.
I don't know. I was in a church myself, but everyone keeps telling me that I was part of a cult.
Well? Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
The same could be said of all religions.
The same could be said about all religions. Although, you know, pagans don't walk around and scream at everyone that they're pagans.
They used to.
They used to. But they were the majority back then. Until, you know,
down, yeah.
Christians came along and were like, yo, you're kind of disgusting.
Take a shower.
Go take a shower. Get some education.
Right. And then it just kept going, right?
Yeah, it kept going. So he asked me what I think of Jesus Christ. And I love how I'm happy that I disclosed at the start of this that I am a pagan, because I responded with, I'm a Satanist.
Well,
honestly, if you do like at least like a minimal amount of research on like what Satanism actually is, if I wasn't a pagan, I would be a Satanist. Because you know roughly how it is, right? It's the 7 rules. I think I over 7, right?
I'm not the one to ask. I just know that it's one of those things where it's like satanic. I think the satanic church is kind of weird, but the satanic temple is epic. Something like that.
It's as far as I know, like Satanism in general is like just people kind of going like, actually we don't believe in God, and we can see that like you have like a demonic figure, so we're just gonna be against you and create like a religion, but in reality it's just like loving yourself. Yeah,
I think that's specifically the satanic temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be down for that. Yeah, I would be down for that, definitely.
Fair.
So that's why I responded that I'm a Satanist. And he goes, oh, I see. What makes you think that? And I responded with, I just prefer living by rules that include loving myself and people around me rather than a fictional being in the sky. That's a pretty valid response, in my opinion.
Okay.
And his response was, that is being practical towards life. ... Doesn't make you a Satanist. Okay, answer me this question. Do you love your mother? Do you believe in your mother?
I'm getting personal now.
No, I think she's fictional.
Okay.
So,
yes, Satanist with a fictional mother?
Yes. I don't have a mother. I just magically spawned in. He goes, why? She ain't real? What is true about love? Question mark after the next day, I think. And because he kept spamming me, I just sent him that, like, fish Jesus.
Yo.
And I thought, I was hoping he would stop. I thought, like, this paragraph, this, like, massive paragraph about fish Jesus would just stop. I didn't even read the message because I know that you wrote it. I was like, I trust you and just send it over. So he goes, maybe. Where'd you get this kind of information, though?
Wait, he said maybe? He said maybe to Jesus being a fish.
Yes.
Just to be clear, he said maybe. Where do you get this information? What's your source on Jesus being a fucking fish?
So I sourced you saying my friend is a historian.
Sure, I mean...
Close enough.
I got a bachelor's degree in it, so... Yeah.
Close enough. He says, oh, and where did they read this?
Oh, I didn't read it. To be clear, I got this shit from an extremely abridged summary of a conspiracy theory presented by Armored Skeptic online.
Did you hear that the pyramids were built from up till down? Like they were built from the top till the bottom, not from bottom till top.
Yeah, it makes sense. You would want to start with the smaller part, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
But do you know what the point of the pyramids is?
To signal to the aliens that we're here. It's like a signal.
No, the point of the pyramids is the top where the slides converge.
Anyways.
Yes. Go on.
He asks a bit about that, and then he just decides that the conversation should be shifted, and he goes, how's your day, by the way? That was the day when I got fired. Right.
Yeah.
So I start ignoring him. Because I, like, explain roughly, like, hey, by the way, yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he starts spamming me for 2 days, and then I just respond with a yep. And he tries, basically, in short, he tries to hook me up with, like, one of his friends. Not, like, in a romantic way, but, like, one of his friends owns a cafe, and he's like, oh, you can work there. No.
No.
So I keep, like, telling him I don't want that, blah, blah, blah. He's liking my messages a lot. That's cool. But where, like, I was arguing with this man a lot. And also, I would like to bring your attention to the fact of how many times he has, in general, just spammed me.
Yeah.
Like, you free tonight?
Wait.
What's your idea on the first date? Hello?
Man, he was really, really, like, convinced that he can, like, convert you into, I don't know, a fucking trad wife.
Oh, he was a creep in general.
Yeah.
Oh. Here's the kicker. Here's my favorite part. He asked me, like, no reply. I was like, I have been busy for the past few days. He goes, I hope everything's fine. So I tell him, could be better, but what else is new? You know? Because my life is quite ups and downs, we all know that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And he goes, it's okay, don't lose hope. The world is working on hope. Be grateful for what you have, because the life you are living could be a dream to 1,000 people.
That's some whack dreams.
That's some whack dreams. I responded with, that is just undermining my issues. Some people have it worse and some have it better. What matters is me, not someone else that I do not interact with, because I live for myself. Which is a valid point, because quite a lot of people, especially like during like Gen Alpha, kind of millennials a little bit as well, and then like boomers especially, live with this mindset of, yeah, but like someone else has it worse, so like why am I complaining? It's like, oh yeah, I'm missing an arm, but someone else might be missing an arm and a leg, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you're focusing more on other people.
Yeah.
This is turning into like a therapy session for other people. Hi! So he responds with, that's an amazing thought to live for yourself. But as you mentioned, it might matter for someone you are interacting to. I know you live for yourself and you care about being yourself. truly speaking, everyone does that in some sense, but when you care about others, then you understand the value of care. So I responded with, I shouldn't care about people who I don't know and base my life off of them.
Okay, yeah.
Valid. He says, what if the other cares for you? I'm like, they can't care for me if they don't know me.
Yeah, true.
If they know you a bit and want to know you more. I respond with pass. I have enough people and stress in my life. And he just like starts drilling this entire idea of like, yeah, but like, like some people might care for you. He basically, what I was reading between the lines was that like he was trying to say that like he cares for me.
Yeah.
When in reality, I'm just arguing back like, no. I'm not gonna read between the lines and call you out on your bullshit.
Yeah.
If you really care for me, buy me games. That's gonna make my life happy. I'm gonna be happy in my life. And, a couple of days later of me ignoring him, just going, and then like ignoring him for a couple of days again, he goes, so what do you think about this over-caring guy who hasn't even met you, but still is caring like a good friend?
Could he suck his own dick any harder? But he's like, hey, I have this friend who's like a really cool guy and really handsome and like a really caring person. What would you think about them? Also, their dick is huge.
Don't look into that. Trust me on that. I just responded with, don't have thoughts over fictional people.
Which is a lie. You have a lot of thoughts over fictional people. You have more thoughts over fictional people than you do real people.
Real people just kind of suck. They just kind of suck. They do shit like this.
You know what? Yeah.
I've spent 200 making a cosplay. That's how much I care about fictional people over real ones. That's the reality, truly.
Damn.
I have spent 20 euros on Genshin.
Oh, of all things you could have mentioned, that's probably the most damning thing about yourself you've said in this video. You spent money on Genshin.
I spent money on Genshin. Listen, the battle pass was quite cheap.
Didn't you get the full battle pass and then just stop playing?
No.
No?
I logged in like a couple of days ago
just
to complain about the new character.
The life cycle of a
The life
Genshin
cycle
player.
begins. But I would like to bring your attention to, just chains and chains of like every
Over
day.
fictional. Hello, what's something you wish you'd learn as a child? Hi there. Have anything exciting going on? Hello, no more talks? Yes. Well, at least he stopped in the middle of June. He just gave up finally. Unless he just suddenly messages again, which he might.
Some of them feel like auto-generated, like the what's something you wish you'd learned as a child.
It does, especially
Or the hi there vibe. Have anything exciting going on?
Yeah, Tinder has this thing where you can just press a button and it sends a message, which is so awful.
I can't wait for them to put in AI that rates your performance in chat. They're gonna do it eventually.
I mean, you can kind of get that by looking at Tinder stats, because then it does sort of like show you the percentages, and then shows you like, hey, this was your best opener, this was your worst opener, and all that stuff. Yeah, I haven't had anything this intense, but I've had, like, my worst experiences on Tinder are either going on a date, which turns out to not be that great, which is one example that I wouldn't bring up, or talking for a while, and then the other person being like, okay, the way I use Tinder, and you can probably tell from how I present the series, is like, I never was like, oh, do you want to go out right now? Oh, do you want to go out and you're free tonight? Hey, what's up going on? Hey, shawty, you want to hit it up? And then, no, because I like to plan things ahead of time. If it's like, someone offers me, hey, do you want to do something tonight? My answer is gonna be, fuck no. My plans for tonight were to like play video games and like sleep.
When was the last time you played video games?
Yesterday. We got back into Dwarf Fortress. But and I recorded freaking Death Stranding this week. You know that.
Oh yeah, right.
So
I was commissioned for that.
yeah.
I should have known one.
Yeah, but it's like I was never about that life. So there were a couple of times, including the chick that got me addicted to Dota, and this one girl who was like, she seemed really cool. She was a Swiftie though, but during an era before the current Swiftie era, when you could talk to a Swiftie and be like, this seems like a sane human being that I'm speaking to.
Okay, but like, which one's worse? Hypothetically speaking, because you have met both of these on Tinder in that case. Is it a Swiftie or an army?
You see, if I would say that
Be careful what you say.
currently, at this point in time, it would be a Swiftie. During the time when I was talking to said Swiftie, it probably would have been an army, a BTS fan. It would have been probably worse at that time. Also considering the fact that if I was speaking to a BTS fan on Tinder at that point, they might have been fucking 16.
Don't throw shit at me.
That's a part of it. But this basically what happened with her was like, oh, we had this cool conversations there for a while, and I was working as a janitor at this time, and I come back home from being from janitoring, and I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I want to shower, I want to lay back and relax, and she straight up messages me like, can you come to Riga right now? Can we go to this place? And I kid you not, she actually wrote the message of, like, I want you right now. And I, looking at this message, go, I want a nap. And so I basically said like, listen, like I'm tired. It's been a rough day at work. Maybe we can do something even tomorrow or another day. Ghosted after that because and it's happened like 2 or 3 times where I say no to these sudden spontaneous plans at a time when I could not accept those plans, or if I did accept those plans it would have been miserable.
I feel like I was originally gonna say like, oh my god, you're one of those rare guys that like rejects a proper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But realistically, that's not the case. I feel like just the media has made it like seem like, oh yeah, men, that's all men think about.
Yeah.
Some do, yeah, okay. But I wouldn't say it's like definitely not all of them. It's just toxic masculinity at that point. Like.
Yeah. And I think that's sort of also a part of it where the girls that asked me these things, whether the Swiftie, the girl with Dota, she actually offered like to play Dota at my place and even maybe like stream it or something, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna be really difficult to do. There's like barely, you've been to my place, you know, there's barely a room to put 2 computers anywhere in the first place. I know that maybe the implication was that she wanted to do something else. I'm still like not.
The floor always exists, though. You have a pretty clean room.
Yeah, but like it's still like I just again said no to spontaneous plans. Boom, gone, because
Right.
I feel like they're used to what you're describing, to being like, oh, I'm speaking to a guy, and I express interest, and the guy goes, holy shit, someone is interested in me? Oh my god.
I'm gonna get some mad pussy tonight.
Yeah, and like...
Because it's always like, the stereotype is that all men think about are, you know...
Boobies.
Boobies.
Yeah.
We're gonna be childish.
Yeah.
Butts.
Yes.
All of that, and then women
Yeah.
are not interested in that kind of thing. Where like it's not really separated by like the sexes, but more of like, you know, your upbringing and how you were raised.
It's like those couple of messages
It's like Andrew Tate.
Favorite trans woman, Andrew Tate. No, like it's like those messages that I showed that were like a guy texting like normally, trying to start conversation, and then sending something extremely horny and like getting results. It happens. It does happen, and it's like it. I guess it's just
That's
how you use Tinder.
why a lot of people say that like Tinder. I had actually like a couple of people warning me about this. Tinder's not the best place to find a relationship, like, definitely by far. Because of how, like, there's, like, a lot of people, because, like, Tinder is quite popular in general.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have, like, only that 1% of people that are genuinely there because, like, either they haven't gone outside or, like, they were busy with work, and that's why they don't have, like, that many friends or, like, anything.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just...
It's
that.
A good portion of them are also like people who are just using the app. Like the way I used it as teenagers was
I think back in the
getting
day,
likes and matches.
Back in the day, not currently, like where it's like okay to find friends there as well because they needed to kind of. At one point, it was removed from the App Store because they were not like okay with like the whole idea of like hookups.
Yeah, the hookup app.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, we're just gonna add the feature where you can just find friends, right? So that's why now it's like a bit different, but like back in the day, which is like 4 or 5 years ago, it was more oriented towards like you're either getting a date or you're getting a hookup.
Yeah.
And back then, it was like that 1%, like that small chance of like finding a person that like does not have red flags. And you always like, especially if you're, you know, like you haven't been socialized as a kid, you immediately think like, oh, this person's fine, and then they fuck you over. And it's like, kind of, meh.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said it's like, the best use case for Tinder, I think, specifically Tinder, not even other dating apps, but Tinder specifically is like a practice grounds, like where you can test out what it's like to actually socialize with people if you haven't had the chance to do that. For dating, I would actually say there are like...
I think Bumble was one of the...
Bumble is where I met my girlfriend.
Right.
Then you have like... Okay, Badoo is kind of the dregs of Tinder.
Yeah.
Badoo is kind of like everyone that went to Tinder and was too sad to succeed in the Tinder and then went to Badoo where they're continuing to be kind of sad.
No, I have always used only Tinder. I tried Bumble. I hated it because of its weird features.
The Bumble's thing is women have to message first.
Oh no, that's not what I mean.
Oh, which weird feature?
More of like in the aspect of like how the app is organized in general. Maybe it has changed since like.
I don't know. It's organized currently differently from Tinder. Tinder is actually kind of the outlier because all these Match.com or related apps, which is like Bumble, Badoo, I think even Field uses very similar. No, Field's different. And just like all of these knockoff apps you will find. I want to do a video on knockoff apps ever since I went on Google Play and I saw Cougar Date, cougardate.com. You want to date a cougar? And it's literally just Bumble or Badoo, but it's infected with nothing but bots. There's not a single actual human being on there, and you need to pay to message people.
Have you seen people using Genshin as a dating app?
It doesn't surprise me. It's like not even like that insane because it's been the thing with like video games for a long time. Like people were dating on Warcraft, like finding people they would marry on Warcraft.
Xbox, Minecraft, you know.
You know, Roblox if you are.
Roblox.
Oh, I mean, there are also some cute stories from Roblox, but mostly it is just.
I just hate the game in general. It's kind of like, oh my god, it's the best game out there, and then you look at the graphics and you compare it to like
the graphics don't really matter. I mean, it's just.
It doesn't matter, sure, yeah, but I'm a graphics person. Like in Horizon. Yeah. I'm gonna bring up Detroit purely because I know your opinions on Detroit.
Robots don't deserve rights. I've had that statement on camera, on video.
I think I argued with you a couple of years ago. Currently, as it stands with like the AI apocalypse that we're going through, like I would agree with you for a while.
Yeah, fuck robots. They don't deserve anything. You see you see one of those delivery robots, throw it in a river. That's my...
No, have you seen the clips of like people going up to them like, what are you doing? You're so stupid, what are you doing? And one ran a red light. Definitely. At least we don't have them here.
Yeah, we bullied one of the grass mowing robots into a corner yesterday.
One's fine.
No.
They're fine, they just mow grass.
No, fuck them.
They're not even using AI as far as I know, they're using like...
Sensors.
Sensors, yeah.
Yeah, their sensors suck though. They're really bad.
They do. Yeah, they do.
They just run into people. And it's like, if they just bump into someone, that's fine. yesterday, it drove onto my foot, which is really, really bad. Because that is blades. That is a lawnmower blades.
I think it depends on like the company. Why are we talking about lawnmowers if we're like?
Hold on. What is the deviation in the conversation? By the way, it was graphics and video. Oh, dating apps.
Yeah, dating apps.
There we go. We got it.
Yeah,
we're back. We're so back.
We're so back. We're definitely back.
But yeah, it's like Tinder is the most popular one most places, except like in countries.
Wasn't it the first one? Wasn't it the first dating app that like was?
No. It's definitely the first dating apps were probably something like OkCupid or something. The online websites that became like apps as well.
Oh, I remember there was one that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that, but there was one that I have seen like people use like when I was 7 online.
Yeah, it's like the websites came before the apps, of course. But
yeah,
but
it was a really goofy one. But honestly, like, yeah, the expectation of like, oh, I'm gonna sleep with these people.
You should definitely go on Tinder with tempered expectations, because it's like, it's not to say that you're not gonna meet someone on there. You might. People do. There are people who have been
Unfortunately.
married. People who have been married from Tinder.
Yeah.
But it's like,
although
it's
like
not...
my older sister, I think you have met her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
I think I met on Bumble.
Yeah, but and there's like, that's the other thing where, if you're gonna hear more, you're more likely to hear more successful stories from sites like apps that aren't Tinder. I feel like.
Yeah, probably.
Because it is sort of the expectation that at this point it is the hookup app.
I have seen 13-year-old boys on Tinder, like trying to match with me, and then go like, "Hey, shawty." They're so good at flirting.
They got so much Ohio Riz, so much skibbity Riz.
But then I have had some people who are like, you think I'm kind of ugly though, like I don't know why you swiped on me,
oh my
like,
gosh.
and that's why I'm like not ashamed to say that I used to be an incel, because I did the same exact thing where I was like, I don't know why you swiped on me, I'm kind of ugly.
Yeah, that's.
I don't have the highest view of my like physical appearance. Even currently, but I don't go on Tinder and like, I'm kind of ugly, I need validation. I don't wear makeup. Makeup sucks. That's like a pick-me as well.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're earnestly looking for validation, for a very long time, I actually used Tinder in that sense where I could swipe for a while and check in on and be like, oh, I have some likes, I have some matches. Cool,
like
I'm not repulsive.
I feel like that's kind of like a toxic mindset though, like the more matches you get, the bigger chances.
It's not like the more matches I got, it was more so literally just, oh, there are people out there that
well, yeah, but it's like, counting on like the numbers. It's like similar to getting like addicted to like Twitter likes and stuff, which is like a problem. But like, realistically speaking, like, I think that's where like my pattern of trying to get validation broke, sort of, where I realized that, oh, not everyone has the same exact taste in everything. Yeah. And plus the fact that I have like a fashions degree, and I was like, oh, like everyone's gonna see like models in the world completely differently, so like why does it even matter if we think that we're like...
Yeah, I mean, at some point I did get like this amazing epiphany. I think it was like I was a teenager online, and I saw some person on the internet, a picture of them posted, like, I don't remember who this was, maybe some actor, actress, whatever. And I looked at them and I was like, they're kind of goofy looking. They're like this is a goofy looking person.
Yeah.
I'm not attracted to them at all. And then I look at people in the comments and they're like drooling over this person.
Yeah.
And I had this epiphany of, however you look, you're probably someone's exact type.
Yeah. Someone
somewhere is gonna be like, you look perfect to me specifically.
Yeah.
And it might take quite a while to find that person who you also reciprocate that for, who you also find attractive.
What do you think of this person?
They're very attractive.
Right.
Yeah.
If you had the chance, would you hook up with them?
I don't really do hookups, is the thing.
Well, yeah, okay, but like, okay, let's say hypothetically, like, if you had...
If they messaged me and were like, hey, I want you, I'd be like, oh, I want a sandwich.
I want to take a nap.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't know, are you buying me video games?
Yeah, you know.
Would that person, like, count as your type, though? Like, it's the same guy.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a continuation to that?
No.
Okay.
For reference, I was showing him pictures of Felix from Stray Kids.
Okay. And with no added reason or context.
No, with no added reason or context. No, it's just my cosplay buddy and I have been simping over this man for like a while.
Oh, well, I think...
And my cosplay buddy, I'm gonna out them. They have a cardboard cutout of him that they have like tucked behind their bed, like it just stares at them at night, right? And to make things better, they have put fake eyelashes on him. The cardboard cutout has fake eyelashes.
Oh.
Hey, remember when I had that body pillow of hawks?
I currently have a body pillow. I don't think it's shown on any camera video, but yeah, I have one.
I had a body pillow of hawks.
Yeah.
And then like people were referring to him as my husband. And then some were accusing me of things that like I should not be accused of.
Such as you being
I don't think I can say that on camera, but like basically based on like me owning a body pillow, like they were accusing me of things.
Using the body pillow?
Yeah. But the reason why I don't have it anymore is because like I found it like as like it's taking up too much space in my bed. I don't like it. Like it's nice like a backrest.
Yeah.
You know? So I got rid of it.
I think I've told you the story of how my sister was going like a video tour to our mom of our apartment, and this was when I was single, and she's doing a recording of my room, and she pans over to the bed where the body pillow is visible of a character. It's Ruby Rose from Ruby, and she pans over, and my mom is like, "Oh, what is that?" And then my sister goes like, "Oh," and my mom unintentionally gave me the biggest roast of my life, which was, "Oh, well, if he can't get a real one." But yeah, thanks, Mom.
Time comes. Time does come, indeed. Yeah. I think a lot of people have referred that like they can see why I'm single. Oh, if you look behind me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of not noticeable on camera, but like I do have like quite a MXTX book collection.
Mm-hmm. Well,
specifically MXTX. So far.
I mean, I have. I opened up the first Tinder video by pointing at the shelves in the background of my video and being like, "Do you see this shit? Do you think I have like amazing riz?"
Look up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. It is a tentacle.
It sure is.
It sure is. It
I have
a snip top tip though.
I have spent too much money on anime bullshit this year, and then.
Unfortunately, I probably can't show it on camera now, can I?
Probably not.
Probably not.
And Anna tried to lure me into buying more anime stuff at a discount because there's a website that resells things cheap. And
it's fine. I can just instead of having that, I can just.
Yeah.
Some people will get it.
We're almost at an hour, by the way, in recording. So.
You can make a podcast. Come on, let's continue.
It already is a podcast.
This already is a okay. Like you can cut out the parts that are actually talking about Tinder, and then the rest.
I don't need to cut it out. It can just be all one episode. I mean, depending on how people like this, there can be more.
There could be more.
Yeah.
Technically. On work days, because unless we involve my roommate as well.
I mean, we can definitely figure something out.
He's not quite a talkative person, though, is he?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting.
Maybe this is gonna be enough. Ad revenue is gonna make us enough to rent a studio.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen how much per month the studio is in Riga?
It's okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
It is
insane, isn't it?
No. If you you know how expensive apartments are in the city, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much like double the size of like an apartment. Like for like 25 euros a month, roughly. Sometimes it's like 150 a month.
Shit. Okay.
With like a bathroom and a shower and everything. It's like like basically they're like rentals for like studios and like workshops and stuff like that. And you pay like much less. You can rent out a prison.
I saw
50.
the prison I saw.
Yeah. So like hypothetically, if you want to rent out a space, like don't look for an apartment. Look for like a rental for
Look for a prison.
No, some of them are fine.
I mean, I at some point I do want to do that.
Like the one that has
content.
like had like a bathroom and like stuff like that. It was like that cheap because it's a 2-story.
Yeah.
And the first floor has 2 rooms with 2 billiard tables. Because apparently it used to be like a bar. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And now it's just like an apartment type of thing, like ish. It's like a studio where you can like work on things technically.
I could definitely make use of the prison as well. Funnily enough, I can make.
It's like monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on like I think it's either on SS or like a Facebook Marketplace. I don't remember where he was looking for it, but like it exists and it's like much cheaper than like rent. How does that work?
Probably because it has to like abide by different regulations. It probably pays different tax, and you know what? Let's go to a prison. Let's go record
we're gonna have a
prison podcast.
We're gonna have a podcast. We're gonna talk about Andrew Tate and how right he is about everything that he says.
And
I am an object.
It would be so appropriate to record a podcast about Andrew Tate from prison as well.
For today, I identify as a cis woman, and I concur that I am an object, and I should not have voting rights. Do you want to add anything to that?
Go vote America for RFK's brainworms.
I was gonna say go vote for, but I don't want people to genuinely take me seriously.
No. You need to
don't.
vote. You need to vote for RFK Jr. and his brainworms and the bear that he left dead.
It's quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I like her.
I like the grandpa guy that she picked as vice president.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
There's a cute picture of him.
I love this brain rot. He's great, but yeah, I think after that bike fall, he's not the same.
Yeah.
After that bike fall, he was just like there was no moving, like no resistance. He just
like me for real.
Yeah, pretty much. Like no wind resistance, no like stumbling, nothing. Just like a proper like top tier fall.
I think we need to cut it before we get too political.
We can change the topic.
I think we also this is already an hour. That's pretty good, considering that we were just going to talk about Tinder.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
So. I think we can end it here and like say, you know, thank you for watching. If you've especially made it all the way through our rambling.
Depending on how long this video is gonna be.
I'm not gonna edit it that much. I'm just gonna edit out the parts that need to be cut. That should not be said out loud.
Like political comments. I honestly just don't cut them. Just bleep them out. It's gonna be so funny.
It will be funnier to edit. Yeah, okay. But anyway, you know, leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Let us know if you want to see more content, if you want to see more of Vibe. You can't really. They currently don't have a YouTube channel.
I technically do.
Technically do, with fucking nothing on it.
I have TikTok.
Yeah, the TikTok.
Okay, I haven't posted anything in a while on TikTok. So like, I'm mostly on Instagram currently because I'm working on cosplays.
Yes.
So that's the only place that I'm like constantly at. Or like my art Instagram. I think that's like a, or just your YouTube purely because I want to leech off of your content. Like, your ad revenue for commissions.
Oh man, you want
That's why we're friends at the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that in the future you're gonna make like vast sums of money, and I would be there as like an artist that you're gonna constantly commission.
I think YouTube usually is like you can't reveal like what you're making off of ad revenue and everything. I think
He is so rich.
I think it's safe for me to say I'm €2 away from the minimum payout on YouTube.
He's
and
like...
you can look up what that is. I am so rich. I am fucking loaded with it. Okay.
Yeah, you're like close to Logan Paul and Jake Paul and all of the Pauls and.
In more ways than one. I don't know what that implies. What are they doing right now? They're probably something fucked up. God damn it.
Logan Paul runs a podcast.
Of course he does.
Yeah, no, but actually it's a pretty decent one. Jake, on the other hand, I hope he's in prison. So.
Which one of them's about to get beaten up by Mike Tyson?
Probably Jake.
Good.
Probably Jake.
Good. So yes, thank you for watching.